mean, even when it came to the secret match for Into the Breach, right? They lost, then they won a game, and then Secret figured them out and won the third game. That could potentially happen for both of these teams. If they have that click in their head, oh, this is how they're playing. They might get the upper hand there. Kind of saw it last series too, right? Nigma sort of just got figured out a bit, and Secret really turned it on.
Exploited it, yeah.
Yeah.
So a slight lean towards Into the Breach. But of course, we're looking at...
I'm not leaning. It's 50-50. I did not lean.
Mild 1% lean.
No, not even 1%. 50-50.
Just a small slouch.
Gareth, you sound very biased right now.
Dead even between these two squads as we head into game 1 here. Into the Breach. Looking pretty solid with this mid-game timing around the Enigma. Ursa and Pango aiming for Roshans. That's going to be a key element to their game plan. Ursa lineups with Aegis always look 1,000 times better than the Ursa lineup without an Aegis. So potential here for Goon Squad to try and sneak that with an Exo, or if they win a team fight off the back of this laning stage pressure and early game team fight they've got with Mars, Willow, Chen, Hand of God, and Pudge, who's, I don't know, a pretty early game hero as well himself from the position 1 role, isn't he?
He is, yeah. He's kind of still killable, of course, pre-BKB, but the Ags outputs a lot of damage, and if their idea is just to time everything around his Ags, then I do think there's a chance that Into the Breach can struggle with that. Just being able to cover yourself with this Willow Fear is going to be pretty big, but that's why I like the Pango pick so much. Because now it's not just, okay, we're relying on hitting a black hole. You have that role that can disrupt the fight. Goon Squad, it feels like their heroes, they might just start a fight here before I get into it, Play around this ward.
Yeah, Aqua has a hook. Sees the Maiden, lands it on her. Reels Kidaro in towards the Brambles. And Crystal Maiden, the first one to die here in game 1. First blood for S4.
Yes, sir. Well, back to my point. I was going to say, I think that Goon Squad, their timings for kind of early are not super reliant on BKBs. Like, the DP will get one, but Mars, he'll probably want to go for that Blink, I imagine, and the Pudge will have his Vanguard Ags, so that's where I think Into the Breach can really exploit that with their spells. That being said, maybe Goon Squad just slow it down. I mean, it's not like their team has to win super hard early. They have a lot of ways to play this game, so S4 might just go for that BKB too, and they just play it like that. There's always that ability to catch Into the Breach by surprise with all this team fight.
Absolutely is. Another hook for Aqua, grabs the bounty rune. So Hanska and Aqua getting one apiece. Third one for Peksu.
No.
And a slight lead for Goon Squad there. Getting first blood, getting the 3 bounties. And trying to guard this observer ward, which will absolutely be known about. ITB, Ari's going to bring sentries up here, and he's a little scared. Hasn't seen anyone show.
They know about that ward? There's no way. How would they know about that ward?
Well, Pudge launched a hook at a Crystal Maiden.
Oh, unfortunate.
That's how we do it. I'm a little surprised Peksu didn't deny it himself, but we'll see what happens. He'll maybe track back and deal with Ari's Tiny there. We'll take a peek into the mid lane. DP against Pango. Supreme already taking quite a bit of damage, even through a shield crash. The strength of having a ranged hero against a melee.
Yeah, I was about to say, hear me out, Big Brain. If he dewards this, he wastes a sentry/ward on the deward. Wait, he sees the ward, right? Oh, he has to block the camp. Yeah. I was gonna say, I think Peksu might be okay with him using a ward to get that deward because it means that it's one less sentry to block the camps for him.
Okay.
Potentially.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because usually you commit like the sentry to the small camp and the ward to the medium camp.
Well, it's also like there's an observer ward there as the Dire as well, so you can go and deward that yourself. I'm kind of curious why. I guess Ari, like you said, wanted to block the camp, so he couldn't just go and sentry it and kill it.
Oh, all the little things. DP should have a pretty good time mid there, especially with the change to Siphon, much stronger against heroes like Pango who have that smaller hero health pool.
Yeah, a lot more just raw flat damage, but look at Peksu top, stuck in the Eidolons and killed off. I was wondering here with the creep wave pushing into Dire Tower, Enigma hasn't really dragged the wave back as we usually see. It will start to occur now as the double wave amasses on the Dire side. But yeah, just being able to catch that Chen there. It feels incredibly good because now you've got level 2 Tiny, you've got level 2 Enigma, you can get toss-back plays potentially. And Peksu hasn't really had any access to his jungle yet.
Yeah, he's brought out sentries now. It's very much a lot of sentry gaming. It's just gonna be that war on those
I guess the
camps.
D ward.
Yeah. The only sad thing for him though is, whilst he does get that D ward there, which feels really nice, he put one over the small camp thinking it was blocked and it wasn't. Zippy's, I mean, Aqua's alone. Sorry, I was gonna say. Pexu went super deep for that creep, but they're not really punishing him. I think maybe they just want a little bit more levels, want that level 2 demonic conversion for the Eidolon damage.
Yeah, they've got a big wave coming in as well. Drag it back to your tier 1, hold it there, freeze the lane for Jibbe. As Ari, he moves across to try and contest the Chen. But against a hook and a rot, he's slowed down to a crawl, no boots or windlace. And he's just going to get dropped here with the purge creep slowing him enough. They'll finish the tiny.
That little creep man has so many slows on him. Good connect as well.
So we looked at all this top. You finish your sentence.
I was just gonna say it was nice of them, right, to just take advantage of the fact that the wave is pushing in so hard to just go get that kill, because it's not like you can really contest that well under that tower. But yeah, so bot
lane
taking our travels.
There are 3 lanes.
There are.
And a pause to talk about it as well. Good
Great
timing.
Pause, nice. Yeah, let's just catch up.
I mean, it kind of naturally happens, right? First blood happens top, Chen's up top, Enigma's top. You look at that for a bit. But yeah, 3.5 minutes in. Ursa 14-2, Mars 17-1. Goon Squad coming out on top so far.
Mm-hmm. Everyone's checking with each other if they have each other muted. Oh, well. Yeah, this bot lane seems to be going pretty, even-ish. I'm trying to see if Ursa has anything aggressive coming out. No, he's just going quite defensive. Rush that ring of health. He's going to try and just sustain in lane and last hit as he can. Prioritizing getting that Battle Fury going to just start farming. I think they recognize it is a bit hard to kind of go aggro. Even though you have that CM who has a lot of kill threat, it's like the ability to just throw down the brambles and speed through it. You're going to take so much damage. It's like a lot of harass, and I think this ring of health is meant to just help kind of mitigate that.
And this is one of the classic kill lanes, right? We didn't really talk about the kill threat from the off lane much until we saw this Mars, the Snapfire, the Willow, these heroes coming out into play. Definitely one of the better pairings for S4 and Hansken to go together with.
I miss Snapfire. This qualifier has hated Snapfire.
Yeah, I think Hansken's like the only one that's really played it, isn't he? I think just thinking back on it, he's this position 4 that likes his Snap, likes his Willow. Loves to play with S4 and be that aggressive force on the map. But yeah, Kadaro really can't step up here through fear of being speared, rebuked.
It's actually so hard. Like, you can die so quickly. He needs like raindrops and stuff to sustain. I don't even know. Ursa, like, if they're not able to whittle down the Goon Squad off lane, I think even Otaka might struggle with his Ring of Health. If you're able to just do little pokes and prods and stuff, like, click, click, click together, get a God's Rebuke off. If he tries to aggress back, you get the spear off through the brambles, all this damage, and then it takes a while to heal back up. We might see some Salves come out, or just Kadaro just maybe ferrying him some tangos as a result.
Yeah, even there, S4 kind of chipping away at them, just a 2-man spear through the Ursa onto the Megden. Trying to bring them lower and lower, so the next time they go around, they've brought them low enough to actually get the finishing blow.
Yeah. I mean, they cut in trees. They are trying to give S4 the least amount of targets possible to spear him into.
That's a good point, yeah. Don't give him that latch target. Limp and Supreme. Oh, it's just a back and forth there. Shield crash against Spirit Siphon, heals against tankiness. But Water Rune's going to be guarded by Hansken and Limp. So no bottle refill for Supreme as he spends the majority of his regen. But at the very least, Kadaro will force Hansken away. A little more challenging for the Dark Willow there to go rejoin the lane. And they're actually just going to play straight back into mid. Limp saw this Crystal Maiden. He knew she was there. Hansken made the call for it, but still drops.
Overestimated his tankiness, maybe? There was a big wave coming in as well, like double wave, because he dragged it just to go get the rune. God, I was feeling so good for Limp there for a moment. I thought that rotation from the supports was like, he gets the rune, Pango doesn't. Okay, now I can finally be aggro on him. But yeah, I mean, God, nice kill. And then he can just swing back to bot. I think Ursa's doing okay, but the wave is kind of not in a good position for him. So it looks like he just had a little bit of a, can't walk up to lane. It's fine. My CM will come back. Then we'll be okay again.
That's the strength of the Maiden, though, isn't it? She's pretty slow, susceptible to dying, but she offers so much nuke damage.
Yeah.
You come into a lane, you burst them down, and that's going to allow Supreme to actually refill his bottle with the bounty rune that's still there in the dire jungle.
No.
Yeah, looking good across the board for Into the Breach. Enigma 20 and 11. Pango and Ursa are now starting to rack up serious CS levels there. Pudge 17-5. Aqua having some problems against this Enigma, as you always do, as a position 1.
Yeah, across the board, though, everyone is hitting creeps. Everyone's having a decent time. Obviously, Goon Squad are getting a little bit more overall. Even though the XP is going towards the way of Zibe top.
Toss back. And Peksu within the Eidolon army. Quickly brought to his knees. Aqua with a hook and the rot, fighting back into Ari, looking for the trade kill, but he's not able to get it. Lightning zap. Oh, the mana comes back up for it, but it's not quite enough damage. 15 HP remaining for the Tiny.
Oh my god, I can't believe he lived. I thought Aqua was going to commit in a little bit more there, but maybe got caught behind those creeps. Either way, every time they go like this on Into the Breach, I think Aqua's the one that just kills the Eidolons. Which is, so like, if you look at net worth, he's 100 above Zibe. So yeah, you're denying all my creeps, but I'm still getting stuff out of this lane.
Yeah. And removing some of that nuisance from the lane as well.
God, I love money.
Bottom rune is a regen, which Kadaro will try and guard for the Pango, but with Hanskin's arrival, just going to have to try and take it and run. Or even TPing an additional hero in mid. Ari, with this Frostbite setup, have the Avalanche, the toss not coming yet, because they have the Rolling Thunder crashing into Limp. Spirit Siphon, one hell of a spell though. Now the toss, but DP still alive. Another Frostbite, around of spells, with a shield crash there, they'll finally bring her down. 3 heroes and every spell in the book required to kill off Limp. Well, they get the job done. That's 2 deaths on the DP. The hero that usually is setting the tempo for the rest of her team, now looking pretty sad.
Yeah, but this is the thing. DP, we've seen games where DP has a rough lane and a bad time, but the thing is, as soon as she hits that 6, she suddenly has impact, or ways to have impact. Like, I think right now, he's just TPing bot. I was gonna say, he can just come to a side lane with his ult and try and make something happen and just give that mid XP to his Chen and let him get that towards that mech.
Yeah, especially when you know Ursa isn't level 6 yet. Doesn't have that defensive enrage. Crystal Maiden coming in from the left-hand side, and a good observer ward sees Limp heading bottom now. Radiant even scanning in behind to make sure how many heroes are here. Dire scanning under tower, but Otek already TPing away. Back to his tier 2, in fact, as Limp releases the ghosts and push onto that tier 1. Well, good reactions from ITB, just not entertaining this very, very telegraphed move from Goon Squad.
Yeah. They're gonna take this tower now, and that will just give like a lot more space for S4 as well to just farm through that jungle, come mid with his arena. Because you want, you can do a couple of things with your arena, right? You can either bring heroes to your lane and get kills with it on the carry there if the laning hasn't broken down, or you can come and pressure mid with it and pressure the carry, make sure they can't just farm their jungle safely. And just kind of opens up what S4 can do now that that tower's gone.
Wait, can Ari solo? Oh my god, Aqua, no! What? The Ogre Bruiser.
How does it happen? It's so easy, bro. You look away for one moment.
That's a bit of all right.
I was not role-playing his Gork or something. Unfortunate situation for him. And it looked like Ari was going to go in and solo kill him anyway. He's got that very nice observer ward near the outpost. As Enigma now can pressure that tier 1 and bring the objective down. Well, in that bottom jungle, Hansken does escape from Kidaro. S4 not near enough to launch out the arena spear.
And we're going to see here on DP, as we talked about, this Yule's Scepter and how good it is against Ursa. Limp is buying towards one. Back in the day, you might have seen Mars buying one, but I don't quite think he's going to go for that. S4's pretty kitted out on the small items, and they're looking for a fight here. Oh.
Yeah, playing back into their vision again. Aiming for Aqua. Another kill will be huge on this Pudge. Tossing back into the Rolling Thunder, and Supreme able to connect several times, but he's a tanky fella. Aqua surviving, and they require the swashbuckle down the low ground to safety, but he's been caught out in the arena, unfortunately for S4. Misses the spear. Still going to get him with a hook back through.
Dude, it's hard to hit spears when there's like a difference. Like, he's on the high ground, like the camera angle, it's so He's like slightly weird, so it's really hard to hit. You know, no hate on my boy. I would have missed that too, but I'm also bad.
Spears, arrows, that Z axis, it screws you up.
Yeah, but yeah, really nice TP from S4 there. Secures the life of Aqua, and you want to get this level 6 on your Dark Willow because then you can combine your spells together. S4 is not going for the BKB like we talked about, that blink instead. So when he has that, they have so much kill threat on Goon Squad to just run with Handskin and this Terrorize, this Bedlam, all this stuff together.
Yeah, like Exo's ready again for Limp as well. That's why we see Chen coming in towards mid. Mars thinking about his placement as well.
Yeah.
Kind of unfortunate they missed that Observer Ward near the outpost though. Pexu placed a couple of sentries down to try and find it. Even placed an Observer which got spotted by the Radiant. So Ari can still continue playing up in that top jungle, just swings up there. Make life a little more difficult for Goon Squad to get that safe farm. RTB aiming for mid again, but Limp feels it coming this time. Not getting caught by the frostbite of the Maiden.
It is not easy for Into the Breach to push towers.
No, it's not. I'm definitely looking for that scaling into late game. And Ari just going to hold the choke point there with his avalanche.
Yeah.
While Supreme pokes at Limp with his swashes.
They've been doing a good job of hitting the mid tower when they can and trying to use the carts, but overall, yeah, it's pretty difficult to take it. It's like for Goon Squad, they just have many more options with the Exorcism. They can just run Chen creeps at it. There's so many ways to just poke and prod and wear it down.
It's also one of those situations it feels like Goon Squad, you know, they're doing it, but they need to do it. You know, in another world, well, they're killing off Ari with some nice centaur stomps in the arena. But in another world, you know, where Goon Squad don't get these tower kills, they look even further behind and things are rough because, you know, even though they're not necessarily on a timer, they definitely have to utilize these early game out of laning stage timings to get objectives and create map space for yourself. Because right now, Enigma is doing that on his own for ITB. Just sitting top, pushing out wave, getting a lot of farm on the Enigma, and even thinking about the black hole onto the Mars. If you get a solo kill here, it's huge for you. The Hand of God buys a bit of time, but the Eidolons and that Spirit Vessel doing a tremendous amount of work for him.
Turn that thought into real life. And a really nice pick off for him. Got those 2 vessel charges. It's going to make him feel really good this game. Yeah, I was going to say that the lack of tower push makes, I think, Goon Squad feel very comfortable. And that's why you've seen S4 just playing top. Oh god,
they got the hook!
What a hook!
How did that land?
I don't know.
think he was aiming for the Pango, but he gets him. Look, Willow now chasing up towards Ari, but he's got phase boots on the Tiny, so very speedy. Gets up to the high ground again. And with this Exo, Limp straight onto tier 1 mid.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's quite. Oh, they're gonna fight this? There's no black hole, but he does have the vessel stun.
Yeah, and Kidara's going in with the freezing field. A lot of damage onto the Willow. She's dropped down to about half HP. The Avalanche back in, Limp and Hansken. Still fighting back though with this Spirit Siphon. Ursa is making an appearance now. Oteka forgotten about for 10 minutes and jumps out, munches on the Chen. And now an arena from S4. Oteka got off the Enrage. And Supreme is looking to latch on to this Mars now as Ari finds his way in, angles from the right-hand side of the fight, and chain stuns S4 down. That'll give them the tier 1 unlock.
Oh no. Yeah, getting your Ursa involved like that, very impactful for Into the Breach. He's getting real close to his Battle Fury now, and he even managed to go for the phase boots 1. Like he didn't super hard rush it, so he's gonna have a really nice timing coming up, which is exactly what Into the Breach need. They've managed to apply so much pressure top with Zibe, and I thought Goon Squad was chilling for a little while because it was like, okay, they can't push our towers, we can just farm, get this Blink Dagger on Mars, then we'll smoke up. But it's honestly, they're doing a damn good job.
Hey, even with that wild hook. I was joking about him role-playing as Gork, but we had one of those moments the other day as well. Like Gork was aiming for the carry and he managed to like slide it past and get a snap fire from super long range. Just a randy hook catching on to people. And now Goon Squad without their mid and top towers. And they just keep trying to batter heads in towards the opponent mid. They're going to wait for Exo, don't they? A bit of relaxation time for them. Get Aqua farming Ancients. S4 farming that top jungle. Well, this feels really good for Into the Breach. Battle Fury is done for the Ursa now.
Yes, this is slowly, or quickly I should say, going to become a problem very soon. Limp has finished that Yules, so again, until he has like, his BKB, his Blink on the bear, they can probably deal with it and fend them off. But yeah, you got a lot of problems suddenly coming at you at once. They did not draft to deal with the Enigma as well, so he's going for a Blink Dagger now. And they do have ways to cancel it. But again, you know, one item leads to another, one good fight. You know, they can use vision, they can get smokes and do some side lane pickoffs as well. You don't have to get this grand 5-man black hole, right?
Yeah, and there's always this fear that Goon Squad have of Roshan being taken. So a lot of emphasis has to be put on shoving bot wave with a hero that can rejoin top. With Limp Invis, though, they spot Jibbe. A quick arena. Through the brambles with the spear. And Limp is there to take him down. Supreme rotating top as they're also fighting down bottom and killing off Peksu. 1-for-1 trade across the map there, but Goon Squad are going to feel like they got the upper hand. Enigma's off the map for a good 30 seconds.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I can just return to their jungle. Keep these wards protected around Roche. That's the most important thing now. And even 15 minutes in, Ursa can pop his head into the pit, take the Aegis quickly.
Yeah, Supreme doing the job that he can. He knows he just has to keep making space for his Ursa. He can rotate and use his ult, try and draw some attention, slow down Goon Squad. He'll take it 100%. He's doing a pretty banging job this game so far. Even if he doesn't get that kill top right, it's just reacting to things and not letting Goon Squad take stuff for complete free if you can try. And they're gonna fight now for this Roach.
And just running around. Look at me. Look at me. Limp. Let's get the silence in, but the toss back. They're looking to clear through the DP, but she's got so many heals. Still has 2 Spirit Siphon charges to use. Who got the rune in the end? Regen bottled by Limp as well.
You're not rushing, but if you can bring your Ursa into things, it's pretty good. But yeah, you're definitely not rushing. I think Otaka is definitely wanting this BKB because you can, like you saw in that fight, right? He uses his Enrage for Willow ult, but then if S4 is ready, they can just like catch him with when the Enrage ends. Like they have multiple ways to engage on Goon Squad, and he has multiple things he needs to use Enrage for. So having that BKB really important for him.
Yeah, vital. And this is another timing for Goon Squad. Ags up on the Pudge. Aqua just needs to refill his mana pool and come across to the outpost.
S4's waiting with his Blink Dagger. He's ready for the jump. Getting Enigma would be great.
I just don't see him very safely hiding in the trees. Trying to hold on to that tier 1 with Eidolons.
Oh, Aqua he just TP bot, and they see it on into the breach. They're gonna have to make use of it. It looks like they're even gonna go for smoke.
Yeah. Oh, good shout. They're running straight into that top jungle. These 3 dire wards. A full sense of security. Goon Squad. I don't know what's coming. Roshan already begun by ITB. A Radiant scan up on the high ground. There are 4 dire heroes all there. And now Aqua looking to reconnect in towards the pit with the rest of his team. Supreme. He's helping out.
Committing all in.
Freezing field. Kadaro and Otaka. There's the arena. Aegis claimed already, though. The Ursa got it. Good fear, though. Going to push them into the side of the arena. Turn around from the Ursa, trying to battle into these Chen creeps, but he's not succeeding. Limp, still half HP with his ghost going, forcing Jibbe back. And there's no Blink Dagger yet for the Enigma. I think it's about to be delivered. It does come in now, but there's no opportunity for a black hole. This fight spread 3 different ways. A Yule's on Limp buys him time to survive, and now ITB the ones on the run back. A good spear catches Pango. Aqua's in to get the kill. And just no opportunity there. No chance for Jibbe to get in with a black hole. It was seconds away from Blink being delivered.
Yeah. Pushing the Roche like that, I really thought they were going to go for a fight instead of actually just walking into the pit, because there's no lifesteal on the Ursa, so he is like getting low. He is getting worried. That's why they kind of all-in committed. And I think their spells didn't align up very well for them to win that fight, because the roll came in as the Aegis went down. Like, he died, and that's when they're using most of their roll and lockdown. They need the Ursa to be alive when this roll's going off, because then the people getting locked down are actually dying. And instead, yeah, it's kind of felt like a lot like a wasted lockdown. Goon Squad just capitalizing on that really, really well. Obviously, both teams are a little put out that there's no Aegis, because they both really want it. But...
yeah, the awkward moment of like, what are we playing for now? There's no Aegis. Let's just play for map control. Yeah, it really shows the strength of this Willow, though. That fear in the arena, the brambles catching people on the way out. Hanskin utilizing the hero to the fullest, and Ari doing the same thing with his tiny. Blink reveal there onto the Mars. Finds the kill on S4. And get a deep march into this top jungle as well. Kadaro has obs and sentries, and he wants to place down. As Goon Squad is playing the bottom half of the map right now.
S4 is probably like the main threat in this game. Him, whenever he's not showing, like playing in fog, I think Into the Breach are being very aware of that and making sure they don't overextend. But whenever he's dead, they can kind of go where they want and look for follow-up kills. Like, you no longer have that fear combo. So finishing that BKB now, gonna be massive for them. Like, we talked about this in draft, but I feel like every second that passes, it benefits ITB more. I do think their lineup just scales much stronger.
So when they come out of this first 20 minutes with a 3k lead and these key item timings hitting, this is their time to shine. Looks like they're backing up to smoke from the mid lane. Yep. Not going to be scouted. And it's always so great to have this Pango from the mid lane. Like, he offers damage through Swash and Diffusal Blade, but a 75-second cooldown on your team fight ulti. He's always ready, available to fight. And they'll be able to get in on top of Pexo, it looks like. Pop the drums, charge forward, find the Chen. He did have a Hurricane there to maybe try and disengage. He turns, but won't get anything done.
I think they might have spotted that smoke on the mid lane ward.
Okay, maybe they did.
I'm not sure. I can tell.
It's possible.
Yeah. It's...
So maybe a plan. Yeah, they give the Chen tank the gank for the rest of his cores. They've all moved up towards that top part of the map.
Willow going for that second Yules. So between two Yuleses and all your team fight spells, and getting this BKB on Pudge eventually too, I think they stand a pretty good chance of dealing with Ursa. I think the main problem though is they're smoked up now. We're gonna see a fight, but they might need these 4-stars too, just to disengage. Because if you have Yules, that deals with Ursa with no BKB. You need something to deal with Ursa when he does have BKB.
Well, they'll find Ari. A nice spear there across the brambles. Limp with Aqua, looking for a hook, lines it up, but misses the Maiden. And Tiny gonna get the toss back, still alive, even though he's brambled up. Gets off the wand, the turnaround Bedlam, doing a good amount of damage on the Tiny, but another avalanche, and no-taker. Oh, he takes the Willow down. Supreme with some good rolls in. They stun up the Mars as well with his Malefice and Rolling Thunder, and the Ursa can shred through him. I mean, Goon Squad, they try to start that fight going into enemy triangle, but ITV have all the answers they needed.
And they don't even use all those answers. We still have a black hole in play. Ari's so tanky. You kind of feel the change to Siphon a little bit there. Like when you're using it on a really tanky hero with 2k health, it doesn't quite kill them the same way.
Yeah, he's got 2,000 HP. He's level 12 already on this Tiny. Phase Boots, Wand. Nice little bit of armor and a few little stats there.
Oh.
That was meant to be the surprise factor from Goon Squad, trying to get the jump on people, but unable to find the target they needed.
This is just kind of how the vibe of this game is gonna go. ITB, right? They wanna go for the late game. They wanna get their black hole with their BKB, with their refresher. And Goon Squad, they need to pressure that. They need to make these plays. They need to make the smokes into the triangles. They want to make something happen. And ITB are just waiting, and they kind of aware of this. Like, they will make a smoke as long as we are playing around the right heroes. You know, if CM's behind us, if, you know, what have you, and we're not feeding into any smoke ganks or being alone and dying, right? It just benefits them. It keeps them well. They just need to punish Goon Squad. Like, if they can just punish their moves, it's so good for them.
They're not in a rush. They can sit back, wait for next Roshan, hold high grounds, hold observer boards, make sure that you're in position. And yeah, you're right. Just wait for Goon Squad to come towards you. The onus is definitely on Goon Squad here. I'll bring it out. I'll bring the onus out.
Oh, not the onus. Put it away.
Okay, the onus is going away. Yeah, Goon Squad definitely have to emphasize their aggression in the coming minutes. This lead, if it keeps building for ITB, it really does signal doom and gloom for the Dire team.
Yeah, I think the lead is not that massive. Most of it comes just in the Mars, like going for that Blink Dagger, wanting to be active. So he's a little bit behind on net worth. Otherwise, like Pudge and DP are keeping up just fine.
Yeah, they are. When you invest in that aggression, though, you've got to get a return of that investment. S4 coming down bottom, smoked up, and does spot the Ursa, but the quick blink away gives ITB the chance to swing back and re-engage. Aqua getting Dismember in onto the Tiny. The Arena aiming for the Ursa, but S4 killed off quickly. And this roll, if it catches another one, like the Chen with the Frostbite followed through, they find 2 kills, and Limp, he's kind of stuck here up on this high ground. Exo is going, has a DD rune there as well, so it looks like ITB happy with what they've got, just trading 2 for 1. But it's not just the trade of the kills, right? It's trading spells, trading map space, and ITB, they can go back to being calm, relaxed.
Wait for that Roche. Yeah, it's... I mean, they're just playing it exactly how they want to. The smoke breaks. I think there was a bit of hesitation, uncertainty on whether to fully commit. And when they decide to, I mean, the smoke's broken. Ursa's senior. He gets that blink away. And, yeah, you're not able to translate that into a kill. And at that point, now they see you. Now they know where you are. They know where you smoke to. They're able to re-engage on into the breach with that Pango roll. He's going Ags as well. He's very disruptive in these fights with all of these swashbuckles hitting everywhere.
Yeah, we've seen this a couple of times now. It feels like Nisha did it when he's played Pango, and a lot of these mid Pangos are going back into this this Shield Crash CD talent plus the Ags, rather than going for the Rolling Thunder duration and your blinks and your arcane boots with a utility. They want damage. They want to be an impactful core scaling into this later game.
Scaling's much more there, and I just really want to see Goon Squad get their spells off, in the way that it's intended in this draft. Right? It feels like every time they've gone for these moves, something has been a problem. Like someone's broke the smoke early, someone's, you're not getting the right jump that you want. It feels like they haven't been able to make their spells work, but the potential is there, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they've got plenty more windows here to use. A smoke from ITB, though. Like, Roshan is potentially respawning. It is the longest spawn, almost 3 minutes, in fact.
Christ.
So it's not going to be there for a while. Plenty of time to get some fights in for Goon Squad. Now, even a fight here, use your cooldowns. Wait for the Roshan to respawn. You'll have them back up for that secondary battle.
They can probably just... I mean, they're doing it right now. They're just pushing the top tower in. And getting that outpost completely just removes Goon Squad's ability to play around this top area. They're also controlling that cliff. So right now they're in the perfect position to just take Roche. I think Goon Squad's option is either just smoke into them and take that team fight, or you try and take their high ground. You often see people just like exchange high grounds in this situation.
Yeah, well, both at the same time. They smoke, they take high ground, they're thinking about the fight. It looks like ITB have the read on this, though. They know where they're coming from.
This'll come in handy.
Enigma has Eidolons up in front. Ursa here just clearing out the small camp. And Goon Squad, they are the ones that have to make the move. 1 minute remains for Roche to respawn. This fight has got to land for them.
You don't have to force the fight. I mean, all you need to be doing is making sure that you're periodically checking the Roche pit to see if it's spawned, and you just should push in the top lane, right? Push it into their base, because into the Goon Squad, right? All they can really do is push in mid, maybe tickle the tier 2 tower. They can maybe just kill that tier 1 tower since it doesn't have backdoor protection. But you're not threatening anything actually super important, whereas Into the Breach can threaten your base. So I think Goon Squad feel way more pressured right now to do something.
Yeah, it's tier 3 being chipped away at. Unskin there, feeling like the need to get into the Shadow Realm to hide away. And they are starting to cut wave top, cut wave mid, create a bit of a vacuum here that ITB will want to try and fill. Like, looking at the Radiant play Dire and Dire play Radiant, my brain got a little bit confused there.
Yeah, I know, right?
Who's playing on which side?
I was a bit confused, but
yeah.
Okay. It's gonna be fine now. Into the Breach, not Into the Breach. Oh, it's happening to me too. Goon Squad cutting that top wave. Yes, it is now. They can't really pressure this base anymore. Now that they've started doing that, Goon Squad are trying to match up their wave showing with this smoke.
A blink in. Ari got the high ground vision, but Aqua has a BKB. I don't know if he can withstand the basher and the damage from the Ursa, though. The bear, he's got a picnic lined up for him, and it's going to be Aqua's Pudge to keep focusing him down while the Rolling Thunder connecting on the Chen in the back. Bursting through Peksu, even with the Hurricanes to try and save him. Didn't stand a chance, and Goon Squad are going to get hunted down by Ari as well. Force the BKB out of Limp's DP. Tiny on the run will get stunned, and the Arena catches in onto him and Jibbe. They do still have the potential to just black hole back into S4, but Limp is doing some serious damage here. Otake dropping low, and Rage is up, but he's going to it through. 1, 2, 3, a double kill and a monster streak for him. Spear back, doesn't land in the brambles, and a 5-man wipe as into the breach. Sweep through Goon Squad.
Take it to Roche.
He's got no life still on the Ursa, but yeah, it looks like
That's
with the
fine.
Maiden and the Enigma, they should be able to do this.
Don't let him stomp, that's the only thing. You have that... Where's he life stealing from, even?
Is
Oh,
he?
he's healing up from Battle Fury, sorry. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, he was gaining health, I was confused for a moment. But yeah, I want to just highlight the really important thing that made that fight happen so well. So they see that Goon Squad is cutting their wave, right? I sort of said it at the start of the fight, but it wasn't thoroughly explained. So because they're cutting the wave, it means that you know for certain where their heroes are going to show. So what they did was they smoked up knowing, okay, they're going to try and cut that wave. That's when we're going to jump them. And you saw them sweep through ready to jump and kill anyone that tried to cut that wave. So that movement, that timing, I loved it from Into the Breach.
Hansken initiating on the Maiden. Hook is going to drag the Willow away, but Aqua and S4, they do get the takedown. But now you've got Otaker on top of the Pudge. A bash would secure a kill here on Aqua, and there it is. Comes straight out of the Ursa. Need the Dismember to lock him in place. They've still got this Enigma in behind him, but the Ursa seems untouchable. He's low, but he will die. First life gone, but they've got so much off the back of it. Limp spent BKB, S4 spent his Arena, and Limp's even going to get chased down with a Diffuser Blade inhibit, slowing the Death Prophet. Supreme's the one that comes out with a double kill. And Into the Breach with a 15k lead now seem pretty unstoppable in game one.
There's a lot of problems that it is becoming too hard for Goon Squad to deal with. Just more problems will pile on top of each other. Zibe going for that refresher now, and
Dire's bottom tower is
Supreme
under
also getting that basher. It's, I don't know, it's just you got your BKBs, but they got BKB piercing.
attack. Dire's
You know, you got
middle tower is under attack.
all this early aggression was kind of not able to come to fruition, just sort of failing your timings, leading to the snowball. Right now, what can they really do? I mean, there's still that chance, right? A Arena with the fear on top, if they're able to get it off without BKBs
Tower has
being popped, or if they're able to poke and force the BKBs and kind of get out, that could definitely be a way for them to take a good fight.
Now we're definitely starting to see the troubles with position 1 Pudge if you don't get that ball rolling. 6 Flash Heap stacks. Not the best.
Yeah.
And going for that E-Blade next, so at least maybe a defensive mechanism against the Ursa's physical damage.
Yeah.
A difficult challenge though for Goon Squad, that's for sure.
It is. You've gone for a Wraith Pact on Chen, which I think is fair, but you need some glimmers, forces, stuff to kind of help, because the way Into the Breach are playing these team fights is they're splitting them apart really hard. Like, the Pango is going on to one half of the fight while Ursa's eating into another person. So if Ursa's preoccupied on your Pudge, he's not going to have Dust, he's not going to have Reveal. So if you're able to save your Pudge, then Ursa might waste like an Enrage or something, and then you can sort of re-engage with your Mars. So you just need ways to not get split up like that.
Well, who's going to get gobbled up now? They walk past the Chen, they see S4 showing, and they'll find the Mars. Hansken with a Fear, trying to send them back. Zibe, he's there with a Malefice and a Black Hole. He's in on the Willow as they backstab Pexu at the same time. 2 supports gone, but Mars will BKB TP.
Not too shabby. I mean, you get the Black Hole. You trade the Black Hole and S4 lives.
You baited
this
spells,
gives-
just wait 30 seconds to respawn and go.
Yeah, they didn't waste their Arena either. Like, you definitely have an opening here to take a really good fight, where you are comfortable committing all your heroes onto like one without, you know, the threat of a Black Hole. So if they can get this Ursa.
He is the key.
This'll come in
It's just a difficulty here in terms of map space. You know, you're hemmed back in this bottom lane, mid shoving in. Can't really get out to top because of the outpost being grabbed by the Radiant. You can see there the line being drawn by Ari. Let's go up to this top jungle, take the bounty, make sure they can't reclaim outpost, secure our next
Dire's
Now,
middle
Roshan
tower is under attack.
potentially in 4 minutes.
Yeah. And Pango does have a Basher now, which does pose a problem, because even if you are able to lock down Ursa, most of that is coming from the Dismember, which can be cancelled by this Basher Swashbuckle. You know, and you can do that from quite far range as well. He's got
Yeah.
the 400 talent at 10, so
You don't need to
No
commit.
yeah. But if you can find someone alone,
Ari. Ooh, the Ogre Seal Totem bouncing away.
and they hopefully will get the reward for themselves here. It's on the other cliff, guys. No.
Doesn't look like it. They do get their own vision down, and reclaiming that outpost, a big part of defending Roche. ITB sitting in the pit and waiting, though. And still 3 minutes, boys. Is Ari, blink, force, hook across. He's being drifted around left and right. Ari being focused down, but they've got this Aqua Pudge locked up. Gets out the Ghost Scepter, so safe and sound for now from Otake. So he switches over to Hanskin and then back to Aqua. Dismember means nothing against this Supreme Pango, who gets the bash on the Mars in the back as well. Otake now can get another one. Chain disables from the bashes out of the Pango and the Ursa, but they're a little afraid here. Oh, this Aqua buyback. He comes in, but Limp is being demolished, devoured by the bear. He's a hungry one. And this Ghost Scepter, the buyback into dieback from Pudge. A 5-man, no, a 6-man wipe gives the Ultra to the Ursa. And Goon Squad completely running out of tempo. Well, this is a fight without a black hole, Sheepo.
Yeah, this was a fight without a black. But this. What does this tell Goon Squad? Okay, we cannot fight outside of our base, so we will look for fights in our base. This is where you turn it up, bunker down, and you play for spearbacks. You play for a hook. You play for any sort of reposition or dive from into the breach where they go under your tier 4s and you kill them there. Otherwise, it's looking pretty rough. I'll be real with you. I'm not seeing a good way out of it.
Top tower is under attack.
They very quickly getting away in terms of net worth as well. We're up to a 30k lead in a second.
It's up there.
It's
And
up there.
yeah, your racks are falling very quickly as well. 37 seconds with no Pudge. I mean, could this be a move into mid, or is this just take a lane, back up, think about Roche?
You got 30 seconds without Pudge. That's probably one of the 2 conditions that could kill you. I don't know. They could go for it for sure if they really want to, but there's also a chance that Goon Squad jump on you when there's like 10 seconds left and kind of delay you enough so that your Pudge can respawn and maybe get some kills as you try and get away.
Yeah.
They'll just play safely.
Come across the triangle, cut across into tier 2. And Pexo has made a little home for himself down here, grabbing a new army, sending a Satyr down bottom to shockwave the Radiant creeps. So he's got a big push going. Needs to be dealt with by Supreme, it looks like. He's actually hunting.
Yeah, this is lower bracket. Everyone playing super safe.
I mean, every game is your last game. Oh, I'll take her with Ari. Where did Hanskin go? Buys back immediately. Good BKB through the hook. Aqua trying to get there with a Dismember. There is no Enrage and no BKB, but Otake does have a Satanic, so he's got an additional life potentially. While Limp, he's found Zibe in the back of the fight, but the Black Hole solo onto the Death Prophet while Ari gets the 2-man Avatos. There's all sorts of noise everywhere. The fear from the Hanskin. Willow gonna catch out the Ursa. Aqua now is gonna get a kill, but Supreme is still up. The Pango swashing and crashing. Bashing onto Pudge, but he's on the run now. ITB, they get burnt. And Mercer down, they don't want to keep on fighting.
This is what they're looking for. Just enough stuns to keep Ursa controlled. That Enrage goes down and they get the spears off, the dismembers off. I mean, they're just constantly kind of stunning him. That pretty rough slow from the Ags on Pudge as well. I think this itemization from Aqua is really nice. He got a Ghost Scepter, so even when he gets that secondary hook in the fight onto Ursa, we'll see it in a bit, because Aqua will just go north onto that high ground, and here they get the spear back, I think.
There's just so much going on. Midnight Pulse, Brambles, a Black Hole on the DP. Yeah, the northern part of that fight, you're right. Pudge chasing in with a great fear and rot slow.
There's so much disable and lockdown. This is the thing, if they can bait out the Enrage and the BKB, or they can live long enough through it where it goes down, they have the control and the team fight to be able to kill him.
You've got to be wary of Supreme, though, always. Yeah, okay, his Rolling Thunder is definitely impactful, but now he's got Abyssal Blade. He's working on an Overwhelming Blink, and he's offering a lot of physical damage. You might not be wary of, and getting all these tier 4 items is going to help out as well. Penta-Edge Sword, Flicker, and a Telescope on the Dire team over there.
And the bigger nuisance you can be, the better on Goon Squad, right? All those spells being able to be used on Ursa last fight was a result of someone like Limp running into things and forcing that black hole out onto him alone.
But we've got a refresher now.
All right, jeez, what a Debbie Downer. Oh, he's got a refresher. Okay.
That means there's 2 black holes. Yeah, we've not really seen Zibe choose where he wants the black hole yet, have we? It's always been reacting to Limp. So yeah, I mean, you make a good point. Limp is forcing a lot of responses here from ITV.
Yeah, they're gonna play on this ward. Do not leave the ward. Stay strong. Stay vigilant. Don't give up.
I realized I nearly said ITV there for a second. I got BBC
geez.
One, Channel 4, ITV. A smoke
Are scanning.
from ITV.
They'll see everything on Goon Squad.
Is under attack.
Ari has been spectacular with his jump so far, and he sees the Death Prophet. In we go, but he misses and whiffs it. Tried to go in behind Limp, and now with the arena on to Kidaro. Black hole, though, from Zibe. He gets it on the DP and the Mars. In the back, we've got this member on Tiny, but I don't think that matters too much, because Otake opening up onto them. Buybacks from Goon Squad. DP will have it. Mars will as well, but now they've lost their Chen, and the chase is on. Supreme, the Yule Scepter from the Willow, buys a second of time for her to get some spells out. The fear, it comes out of Shadow Realm, but you're right. The second black hole, Zibe's there. The dieback from Limp. This will secure the game, it looks like. GG called, and ITV take game 1.
What a fight to take it with. Goon Squad, they held that high ground. They were ready for the fight. Just a really nice swing to that northern side of the lane, dodging where they know Goon Squad is probably waiting. And a great initiation from them to end that game. Truly just doing such a good job in this early game to get themselves to the point where they could reach their timings, and just it became so hard for Goon Squad at that point. You know, they tried, they understood their timings. We get the blink on Mars.